Today on Sunnyside Talks, we step into the heart of Maldivian culture through something everyone connects with, food. Joining us here today, we have Chef Fathimath Nafha Ismail, known to many as Chef Naf, a Maldivian chef at Amila, Maldives. Through her work, she brings the flavors, traditions, and stories from the islands to guests all over the world. Now, with the release of A Taste, she takes that experience beyond the shores of Maldives into kitchens everywhere. In this conversation, we explore her journey, the meaning behind Maldivian cuisine, and how food becomes a powerful way to connect people to place. It is a pleasure to have you here, Chef Naf.
Thank you.
Let's start at the beginning. What first drew you to the culinary world, and how did your journey as a chef take shape?
What opened my eyes to culinary world would be joining my mother in our own kitchen, our house kitchen. That is where the actual journey took place, and I used to love cooking even as a child, even though I do make a lot of mess, but it is what it is. But that is where my journey started, and as how our education system is, we have to choose a career path right after we have done our A-levels. So right after that, right after high school, it was my brother who actually suggested, you are already good at cooking, why don't you try the career path? It's okay if you don't like it, we can change, just take a chance. So I did, and I did culinary school in Malaysia, Taylor's University, and after that I just got very into the culinary world, especially in a resort. The culinary world is quite different from a normal hotel would be. So that is where my actual path began, from my mom's kitchen to a suggestion from my brother.
That's lovely. Seems like things have really worked out well for you.
I guess it did.
Growing up in the Maldives, were there any particular food memories or people that influenced the way that you cook today?
So same answer as before, it would be my mother, and to include, I would say my grandmother as well. Because my earliest memories of a community-based project would be having a big community gathering to make hawad. Hawad is the Maldivian curry paste that we know and love. It is very famous and common in the Huaduatu where I am from. From that, the situation is it's not a one-person job. It is a neighborhood job. They will not be making one bottle per day. They'll be making hundreds of bottles to be distributed among all the neighbors in that neighborhood. So that takes place, it starts at 4 a.m. in the morning. So throughout the whole day, it is a big event that goes on. So when you are a little girl, you have got all your friends together. Just you get to enjoy with your friends, but your parents are working. But still, that was my earliest memory per se. Just to say that it would be very exciting for me to get up in the morning and still be a part of the whole process of making hawadu paste, but still I get to enjoy with my friends.
You're now part of a cookbook that shares the Maldivian cuisine with the rest of the world. What did it feel like to see these recipes come together in A Taste?
It was a very proud moment, I would say. First and foremost, as being a woman, and also because of my age, I'm only 26, so being a very young and a lady in this industry, it is quite hard for you to, especially in the culinary industry, which is very high in men. Like the number of the chefs are high in men than in women, and always the women are always underestimated, I would say, in my opinion. But it is a very proud moment for me because I got to do a Maldivian cookbook together with Amila, with their help, and I get to do the recipes of Maldives, I get to take it out of Maldives globally. So that is a very proud moment for me and Amila, I would say.
That's really inspiring. Congratulations again on your book
Thank
launch.
you.
When you look through the book, which dish feels most personal to you and why?
So the most personal to me would be again the hawadu paste. And I have got two recipes actually. One is hawadu paste, which is our curry paste, and then the second one would be lonumirus. So hawadu paste is obviously our base of all the curries that we have in the Maldives. And lonumirus is, you can call it many ways. You can call it a dip, you can call it a marinade. Usually what we use it is in fish or chicken. So we use that to marinate, but as the culinary journey goes on, or as my knowledge is expanding, I would say it has also become a dip that I can give to other guests, which has all the basic flavors in it, all the basic flavors of Maldives in it. So this is very easy for me to give them an introduction through just one dish.
Amila Maldives played a key role in producing this book. So how did that collaboration come about, and what was it like working in this project together?
Oh, it was fantastic. The collaboration was fantastic, I would say. So the idea of it has come through Mr. Saddam, our resource operations manager, and Mr. Morgan, our GM, our general manager. So both of them, it was at first, as far as I thought, was a joke. But then they said, you can actually do it. So they believed in me that I can actually do it. I have that potential. And I said, okay, let's try it. So we did. And it was not a just one person job. It's a lot of work to get a book printed, to do the layout, to do the photography, to write down the book, to proofread the book. So it is a whole resort event, I would say, because so many people helped me to get this product right here. I would say Mr. Saddam, he played a big role in it. Our GM, Mr. Morgan, he gave me a lot of support. And then I also got a very unique friendship with the photographer, because I can't say anything. I can be myself. It was an easygoing a photo session that was very easygoing, because with food you have to do it in a certain way where it looks good. It looks good, especially when it's being printed on a book permanently. You have to make it perfect. So for me as a chef, the presentation is what everyone looks forward as a chef. So for me, the presentation was very important, and for me to be very on point with the presentation of that dish, it will take some time. It will take some tries. So the photographer from our on-site Blue Jay, his name was Aman. When we did the photography sessions, he was very patient with me to let me do how I wanted, to let me do 2, 3, 4 trials of the same dish. So it was a very big collaboration with Amila Maldives, because they gave me all the support that I can get. So any help that I asked for was given to me.
That's amazing. And the book came out pretty good as well.
I would say it did, yes.
So from your perspective, why is it important that resorts like Amila Fushi invest in projects that showcase local culture and cuisine?
So in a resort, especially in resorts, I would say resorts are places where most of the tourists comes, rather than local islands. So globally, resorts are the places where all of the guests come. So that is where we can we can let them try our cuisine mostly. But even if they go to a local island, some local people might not know how to speak properly with them. So they cannot get that explanation that they would need. So having said that, resorts have an easier way of giving the tourists that message that here is our cuisine, you can try it. And then from there onwards, they get the idea of what the cuisine is like. So when we do projects like this from resorts, we are taking our cuisine globally. So we are making it a bigger cuisine than just you get in Maldives. We will get it anywhere in the world, I would say.
Maldivian food is deeply rooted in culture and island life. What do you think this reveals about the Maldives beyond just the flavors?
So, beyond just the flavors, because Maldivian cuisine or Maldivian flavors was not an originality to Maldives, I would say, because we got our spices through trades, the Arabic trades, the Indian traders. That is where we got our spices from. But throughout time, throughout changes in everything around the world, we did get our cuisine to be just unique to us. Even though our spices are not ours, the coconuts are ours. And the biggest ingredient that is in our cuisine is coconut. So Maldives is just coconut, but with spices that makes it way better. So that is a very important thing in the cuisine as well, but also it is something that elevates what Maldivian cuisine is.
Yes. For someone opening the book for the first time, what do you hope that they experience as they read through it and cook with it?
I would say, I hope they feel that this is not a very difficult cuisine that they cannot make, that they need hundreds of ingredients and a lot of time to prepare just one dish. I hope they feel at ease, and also the comfort that the recipes give to me personally when I make the recipes in my home. That I hope that's what they take, that there is comfort in the recipes.
You interact with guests from all around the world. What's your favorite moment when introducing someone to Maldivian food for the first time?
For the first time, I really like to try with rihakuru. Rihakuru is a concentration fish broth, which to European guests look like Vegemite or Marmite. So the color and the texture of rihakuru, the Maldivian rihakuru, it looks like Vegemite and Marmite. So I do a little trick with the guests, like I will give you a spoon, you have to try it, and then they go, oh, Marmite, and they'll try it, it's completely different. Or we do Maldivian chilies. Now Maldivian chilies are quite spicy, as we know. Maldivian chilies, when the guests get those Maldivian chilies, they will say, oh, I can eat spicy, but in the end it turns out they cannot eat spicy. So it's quite fun when I give especially rihakuru, because it is so salty, and they just try a spoonful.
Yeah, that is pretty fun. Have you ever seen a guest's perception of the Maldives change after they try Maldivian cuisine?
Yes. Oftentimes, most of the tourists that visit, they would think that, oh, it's a curry-heavy cuisine. Curries, they compare it with Sri Lankan curries or Indian curries, where they are very big on spices, while we are big on coconut and spices. So our coconut, it will absorb all those spices. So to the point that they taste our Maldivian curries, they think, oh, it's an Indian curry. But when they actually taste it, they'll be like, oh, that is completely different to what I have had in India or what I have had in Sri Lanka. And I go, yes, that's the coconut that's playing the biggest role. So for them, to the point that they try the Maldivian curry, they think that it is very similar to an Indian curry.
I agree. I think our flavors are pretty unique.
Pretty unique, yes.
So in your view, how important is food in shaping overall travel experience in the Maldives?
So, food, not only in Maldives, everywhere, changes your whole perspective about a holiday or any kind of event you're doing. If the food goes wrong, sometimes your whole trip goes wrong. So it is a very important thing that to us, to Amila, to me, that we give our guests the very best food in the best quality that we can, so that from our side they are getting a perfect, non-negotiable, on-point dishes, so that they cannot take away any kind of negative feedback.
Maldivian cuisine is often described as simple but rich in flavor. What do you think makes it stand out on a global scale?
So on a global scale, Maldivian cuisine for now is not that known. So when the guests do have the taste of Maldives, they say, oh, it is very different, but it's still doable at home. So it is easier to make a Maldivian curry than it would be to make an Indian curry or a Sri Lankan curry, because the ingredients are way less, I would say. So it is definitely a very important part, especially the coconut.
How do you approach balancing traditional recipes with modern presentation or evolving tastes?
So balancing, if talking about balancing, I would say keeping the flavors, the base flavors the same, but you can take away inspirations from other dishes or how they layer another dish and then do it the same, but still keep our flavors intact. An example of that would be, I think we all know what nachos are, the normal nachos that we all have and love. Maldives, for nachos, they use corn chips. We can use our kulikaza, which is a spicy chip that we have. Kulikaza, they layer with salsa. We layer with either bilimba guasara, which is a pickled bilimbi, or we can do pickled mango, pickled carrots, so we're getting that sour point still. And then for the queso, which is the cheese dip, we use coconut dip. So you layer it, your kulikaza, your mango or your bilimbi or your carrot pickle, and then you do your coconut dressing and it becomes Maldivian nachos. It is a dish from another country that is globally known, but still you have got your Maldivian based flavors.
That's interesting. Maybe I'll try it sometime.
It is, you should try.
So were there any challenges in translating authentic Maldivian dishes into recipes that can be recreated anywhere in the world?
Yes. Apart from, as I said, Maldivian herbs and spices, we did get it through trade, which means they are available everywhere in the world. But two things, curry leaves and pandan leaves. In Maldivian, that is, curry leaf is hikandife, Maldivian pandan leaf is rambafe. That is not something that is readily available to everyone, especially countries that have a very cold environment. They don't survive that. So to alternate that, to have an option for the curry leaf and the pandan leaf, you can always use a bay leaf. So you can still have the Maldivian authentic flavors just using a bay leaf that is already available in the supermarkets.
If someone has visited the Maldives and wants a deeper cultural experience through food, what would you tell them not to miss?
I would say rihakur is one, the Maldivian fish broth. And then also our traditional Maldivian curries, which is the hawadu riha. And then also coconut shell. We make charcoal from coconut shell. So a grilled fish that has been made by burning those coconut shells. Those three things is a must try. And then for a very refreshing salad, I would say our kopi leaf salad, because even though it is native, the kopi leaf is native to the Maldives, it is also a cousin to kale. So the taste and texture is very similar to kale. So even if they try here once, they can go ahead and make it back at home, because the flavors is very similar, and also it is very easy dish to make.
I agree. Looking ahead, how would you like to see Maldivian cuisine evolve and be recognized internationally?
I would say, because we are still a very unknown cuisine to most of the world, by making it adapt to certain people's taste buds, let's say European taste buds, and all, different people have different tastes, obviously. Different parts of the world have different cuisines. So fusion dishes, or making it a bit more modernized, or making it a bit more gastronomically elevated, it will give the Maldivian cuisine to be, I would say, known globally then, so that they know, as the example I gave you, the Maldivian nachos. So that would be something that other guests would say it will pique their interest, like, oh, I have heard of nachos, what would Maldivian nachos be? But they're still getting the same flavors of the Maldives, but it is a dish that has been known to globally.
That is interesting. What would you say to young Maldivians or anyone inspired by your journey who wants to explore cooking or share their own culture through food?
I would say don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. You can make mistakes when you're making a new dish. You can do a lot of mistakes when you're in the kitchen. Start over, but do not ever give up. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it, and that if you even do come up with a new idea of making the Maldivian cuisine a little bit more elevated, do not hesitate to share it with the world. Because yes, it is an evolving country, the Maldives. That means we do get a lot of influences from all over the world, all different countries that are in the world. That means if we do our cuisine on social media, if we try to portray it more on social media, other influencers or other cultural chefs or any other chefs in any other country, they might pick up on it. So if you are a Maldivian who is interested to do the Maldivian cuisine or try and take it out globally, I would say just do not hesitate, trust in yourself and just do it. Think that you can do it and you will be able to do it.
That's really inspirational. Thank you for joining us today, Chef Naf.
You're welcome.
And with that, that concludes our episode for today. Thank you.